Hello and welcome to this week's news wrap-up with GamingBolt, and today we're going to start talking about the next Elder Scrolls. With the recent announcement of Red Dead Redemption 2 launching on October 26th, we're running out of high-profile sequels to dream about. Responding to a fan question on Twitter, Bethesda PR Pete Hines would reconfirm that their game studios have two other big titles in the works, and they want to do them before they return to the world of Elder Scrolls. Hines reposted a report from Polygon where he first outlined to Jeff Keighley in an interview that the studio behind the continued smash hit, The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, wasn't working on the follow-up at all, and has two other multi-platform AAA titles taking priority. This isn't affected by other Bethesda software studios such as id Software either. This is strictly two projects that the Bethesda Game Studios team is taking on first. When further pressed on the matter as to how Bethesda is churning a new Skyrim port one after another, Hines stated that those were done by other studios so that Bethesda Game Studios could focus on the new projects. We'll just have to wait a little longer for the next entry in the Elder Scrolls series, which with any luck should come out around just about the same time as Half-Life 3. And next we're going to be talking about Cyberpunk 2077. CD Projekt Red might be best known for their Witcher series, but after putting Geralt's story to bed with The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, they turned to something completely different with Cyberpunk 2077, which, according to new job postings, should look just fabulous. Two new job postings were advertised via the company's Twitter page, both being lighting artists, but one seemingly asking for more experience, perhaps for a team lead. Hidden among the job responsibilities is the phrase, create dramatic and compelling lighting that supports photorealistic rendering, which gives us an idea of what to expect from the game's visuals. While rumors seem to be leaking consistently to give us brief peeks into the world that CD Projekt Red is building, we really only know for sure that the game is open world and set in the future. But hopefully, we can look forward to more information soon, as one of those rumors says to look forward to a Cyberpunk 2077 trailer at E3 2018. Grand Theft Auto V publisher Take-Two Interactive had its recent quarterly investor conference call, and the company discussed their views on microtransactions, game quality, and more. It also discussed their success in engaging many players with their video games, and how such engagement is always the top priority when making games. Chief Executive Officer Strauss Zelnick stated that the company is focused on players, not payers. He also opined that as long as companies put out quality content, then consumers will gladly fund this content due to the return of a massive number of hours that one could spend enjoying the titles. Amidst all the recent controversy regarding microtransactions, Take-Two discussed their own policy regarding the issue related to NBA 2K18 is just to captivate and engage consumers and keep them satisfied, which in turn leads to really great results. Take-Two also remains committed to never ever rest on the past and is utterly focused on innovation and breaking barriers with an eye towards an amazing entertainment experience. We'll have to wait and see how this year goes for Take-Two and all of the games they're involved with, including Red Dead Redemption 2. Activision Blizzard has plenty of reason to celebrate because despite the crusade against microtransactions and loot boxes in 2017, the publisher's bottom line is better than ever. In its Q4 2017 financial report, the company announced it made $7.16 billion in revenue for the entire year, thus setting a new record. The real kicker is that of this amount, $4 billion was earned from in-game purchases. Keep in mind that Activision owns Candy Crush and its developer King. That being said, with the mobile studio being valued at $2 billion, that still means the other $2 billion was generated from titles like Call of Duty World War II, Overwatch, and Destiny 2, all of which have in-game purchases. It should be interesting to see how the company handles microtransactions going forward though, especially with loot boxes coming under scrutiny after the launch of Star Wars Battlefront 2. Nevertheless, Activision has big plans ahead. Destiny 2, for instance, will be receiving a major new expansion in September, while another DLC releases in May along with a new season of content. Said season will include new items that can be obtained from the game's cash shop, though the developer is in process of revising these policies with the upcoming Crimson Days event. And in more news about Take-Two Interactive, its recent quarterly financial report offered up some interesting new details on Grand Theft Auto V and Grand Theft Auto Online, the latter which has been a huge moneymaker for the publisher since launching in 2013. GTA Online was the single largest driver of recurrent consumer spending in the previous quarter, as noted by Nico Partners analyst Daniel Ahmed on Twitter. Not only that, but Grand Theft Auto V overall has sold over 90 million units globally since launching in 2013. That means it sold 15 million units in 2017, which means it far surpassed several other titles like Star Wars Battlefront 2, that sold 7 million units, though it launched in November last year. That's certainly nothing to laugh about and makes the inclusion of online in the upcoming Red Dead Redemption 2 all the more understandable. Fortunately, Rockstar will still continue supporting Grand Theft Auto Online in the future with more content updates. Thus far, the game has received its own version of Last Man Standing, aka Battle Royale, transforming vehicle races, a new heist, and much more. We'll see what the new year brings for the franchise in the coming months. While recently the fears that Anthem would be delayed turned out to be all too true, it seems Bioware and Electronic Arts aren't going to allow themselves to miss the Q1 2019 deadline they've set, with 6 new job postings advertised on Twitter. Bioware is seeking new blood for several key positions, primarily at its Edmonton studio to work on the game. These include gameplay programmer, technical artist, environment artist, lead cinematic tools programmer, senior level designer, and principal gameplay designer. All these new positions suggest that Bioware is ramping up hard to make sure the game launches with its new deadline in mind. We can look forward to Bioware's open-world action game sometime in early 2019.
And that'll be about it for this one. If you guys like what we're doing at GamingBolt, please consider subscribing to our channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video.